Yeah, let's do this. Kim Gagi, everybody. Well, I gotta go run an errand here this morning, and no better time to get out and get it done early in the morning. Last night I had rented a movie and I have to go return it, and it was Miss Willoughby and the Haunted Bookshop. You know, honestly, if you like Agatha Christie novels, it's a reboot of Agatha Christie. You know, it has to do with a woman that owns a bookstore. You could pick out what was happening before it actually happened. All in all, it was a movie that I would suggest. It's not one of those mystery novel movies that you're gonna go to sleep and, you know, have a bunch of nightmares. Well, I'm gonna do it anyways. Let's see if this is even gonna be able to be done. Can Blake squeeze in, squeeze out, get what he needs done, and get going before the cops get here? See you in a minute.
Cornell and Deal Haunted Bookshop. So, let's go with the infamous. Let's hear if we can hear it. There we go. Here we go with the tobacco. Here we go with the pipe. Not what I thought it was going to be. That's quite a surprise. Still, I'm smelling a wood shed with a little bit of berries in it. Let's pack it up. Kind of feels like that shredded paper. Hey, when you put your paper through the shredder, you know, loose cut / ribbon cut. All right, let's light it up. Let's go over it. Haunted Bookshop. I love the front cover. I love the font. I love the look. Read the side panel here, which I have not read. So, another of the late Bob Ronowski blends, named in honor of his famous novel written by Christopher Morley. The Haunted Bookshop is a burley and Virginia blend with just a touch of perique. Again, by looks, I like it. It's very classic, very 1920s, 1930s look. Smell, I could see you smoking it in a bookshop, but I would probably say it would go either way, yes and no, on the if you would smoke it indoors. As far as there's no pleasant notes that somebody would be like, again, can you light that back up because that smelled really good? Because of its name, because of its history, it is one of those tobaccos that I could probably see you reading a book, you know, like it'd be a good little puff puff, let it go out, puff puff, let it go out. Put the air into the room of, you know, a nice book. Like I said, it felt like shredded paper. It smells like wood. Taste, it's another just thinking man's tobacco. It's definitely one that you could do while you write your bills or read a book. Figure out what your next day is going to be. It wouldn't be my go-to smoke in the morning. Feel and touch, easy to pack the bowl. Yeah, 1 or 2 relights. How does it make me feel? Mellow, relaxed, ready to make some decisions in life. I would rebuy it if it goes well with pirate cake, and that is something that's nice to smoke. Other than that, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't rebuy it. I'm glad I bought it. It has been on my list since I started to smoke a pipe last year. Worth buying one tin, try it out. If you like it, you'll know. If you don't, that's it. So I brought us here today because this is probably one of the scariest places you could have brought me as a child, is the library. And I got to return the movie, so I thought what a better place to bring you to is something that was really spooky to me. Is, you know, I went through my young years of loving to buy books because of their front cover. That don't judge a book by its cover was not my way of picking a book. My book picking choices went by the cover, and the reason is I just really had a hard time reading. And in 8th grade, I was tested for dyslexia, or a reading disorder, and it was done by the school. And you know, at that time, that would have cost the school more money. This is my belief. And they classified me as, no, I don't have a learning disability, I was just lazy. And then in the state of New Jersey, I believe it was, you couldn't be tested for another 4 more years. And then my father paid for a private company to test for dyslexia. And my junior into my senior year, they did the stamp of approval as like, you know, this guy isn't dumb as hell. He's got a learning disability. And they went back and they looked at the testing scores of when I was in 8th grade, or 7th grade going into 8th. That, thank God, because I probably wouldn't have graduated high school. I would have had to take 3 years of English, 2 full, I think it was 2 languages, 2 full sessions of it, so a full year of 2 languages. My senior year would have been a complete failure, and I probably would have dropped out. And it's funny because in my mid-30s, I went back to school to become a physical therapist assistant. And I remember 2 weeks in to quitting my job, going full-time into school to become a therapist. I said, what the hell were you doing, Blake? Thinking that you were going to go back to school. So I went to an accelerated school that had us doing 2 to 3 chapters a day of science. And I was over my head. I have to read things with my finger under the words. I have to reread it 4 to 5 times to get the understanding. And it, you know, the hours and hours and hours, I was having to study 3 to 4 times harder than everybody else. But I knew what I had to do, and I passed, and I was happy that I did. I proved it to myself. And I've never got untimed tests. I've never taken advantage of being dyslexic, but I do tell people, like, my reading is a lot slower than most people, and you know, a lot of reading, I have to have a dictionary next to me and look up the word to see what it means. So I said in another video that I don't remember names and I can't remember numbers, and because they just got joggled up in my head. And going through life like that, when they tell you to memorize something, or, you know, I remember my father would test me on spelling bees in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. And, you know, I'd have to go through the test 2 or 3 times with them, and then, you know, go to sleep, wake up the next morning, and he'd test me again. And, you know, they'd give you 10 words that you'd have to, you know, memorize. And, you know, again, I'd get a perfect score at night, and then the next morning I'd get a 50%. So I'd study again and try to put ways to memorize it and figure it out, or say things differently. You know, bologna is bologna, and I could try to figure out how to spell it by pronunciating it the way it was spelled. That became more popular as the years go on. But I learned, oh yeah, so I'd go to school and, you know, I'd fail my spelling test. My dad just kind of looked at me like, what the hell's wrong with you? But I think he kind of knew also that there was a problem. I started to enjoy comic books because they were short and, you know, they were using easy words and sometimes complex situations. So my creative side really took off, and I really wanted to be an artist for the rest of my life. I wanted to draw and paint and do that. Thank God I didn't do that. I'd be starving. Through my injury, I have to come here and meet with a vocational person that's trying to get me back into some kind of a job. And I walked in, and it doesn't look like a library anymore. It doesn't have the Dewey Decimal System. It doesn't have anything of what I remember a library has. But what's amazing is they even have a comic book section, which they didn't have when I was a kid. They have a movie section where you can rent movies. It's all part of your taxes if you live here in the States. It doesn't cost you a thing. It's a free membership. I rented the movie. Had to drive down to downtown Norfolk to pick it up, but I get to drop it off here. It's like the old Blockbuster, but you don't have to pay for it. I thought, yeah, it's not the spookiest place for you maybe, but it was the spookiest place for me. But I'm going to wrap it up here and return my video. All right, well, again, Miss Willoughby and the Haunted Bookshop. Books and audio. Look at this place. Look at this. Lift it up, put it in, check to make sure it's gone. I know it's so easy to look at Netflix and whatever else, but I don't know. I liked it. I'm going to rent more. I'm not going to rent comic books, but I will rent some movies because that's what I have in my bedroom, a DVD player. So I come here now and I'm going to start renting movies like it's an old Blockbuster, but it's free, and the late fee I think is $1.25, so worthwhile, right? So as I finish up the review on Miss Willoughby and the Haunted Bookshop and Cornell and Deal Haunted Bookshop, the tobacco, I've mentioned prior, I have a special guest today, and at this point in time I'm going to hand it over to him. Your turn. Take the truck, not the motorcycle. I say, not the motorcycle.
You got me running. Shake it, baby. Raise your hands up. Raise them up. Yeah.
No.
How did it go? A poop. Yeah. It's not scary.
This is for you, the all-year motorcyclist, Mr. Tame. If you guys have giraffe problems, you know what we have here, over here in Norfolk, Virginia? Mermaid problems. They're everywhere. And this one looks like it's kind of undressing. You know, just to come back to it. She covers her backside. Art show, Saturday and Sunday. You know what? Well, that's gonna suck, because then I'm gonna be down here again on a Sunday. And I'm gonna be dressed like a moron.
All right. YouTuber. Somebody on YouTube, yep.
Okay.